In goods and service tax, today we are discussing about import and export under GST. First of all, we understand the meaning of import and export of goods under GST. Subsection 5 of Section 2 of IGST Act 2017 defines export of goods with its grammatical variations and cognate expressions means taking out of India to a place outside India. 10 of Section 2 of IGST Act 2017 defines import of goods with its grammatical variations and cognate expressions means bringing goods into India from a place outside India. The meaning of import and export services under GST with special reference import of services as defined under subsection 11 of section of IGST Act 2017 means the supply of any service when the place of supply of service is in India, the supply of service is located outside India, and the recipient of services located in India. Supplies which do not form part of export of goods or services, where the supply of service is within India but to a person located outside in India. For an instant, a property located in Delhi rented out to a person residing in New York, agent residing in India, and providing service to the person in Dubai exporting goods to China, where the consideration for the supply of services is received in Indian currency or in such a currency other than convertible currency. For an instance, supply of service consultancy service by a consulting firm in India to an entity outside India, where the payment made by Indian branch of overseas entity is in Indian rupees. Supply of services to the foreign branch would not be covered as export of services due to specific exclusion as export of service. This could involve reversing the input credits as such supply of service would be considered as non-taxable and not as zero rated. Again, the meaning of export related with the deemed export under GST. Indian suppliers of services and manufacturers of goods have to quote in competition with foreign suppliers of goods and services. Such bids evaluation is done without considering the customs duty, since such supply of goods and services are financed for specific projects with the free foreign exchange. These supplies are considered as deemed exports. Similarly, supplies made to export oriented units, also known as EOUs, and service do not leave the country. Suppliers get their payment in Indian currency and not in foreign currency. Deemed exports generally refer to those transactions under which supply of goods do not leave the country and payment for such supplies is received in Indian rupees shall be treated as deemed export, provided that goods are manufactured or produced in India. As per Foreign Trade Policy 2015-2020, following are treated as deemed export. Supplies to EOU, STP, EHTP and BTP. Supplies against advance authorization and all DFIA. Supply of goods to mega power project against international competitive bidding. Supply to United Nations agencies. The definition import of service given under GST also excludes services imported from a foreign branch. Supply of goods to nuclear projects through competitive bidding. Supply of marine freight containers. Supplies against EPCG authorization. Supplies to project against international competitive bidding. Supplies to project with zero customs duty. GST for import and export. In export, the supply of goods and services to the following would be treated as export. Following are the some examples for the export of duty. Treatment of export under GST. As per the provisions contained under IGST law, export of goods or services or both are to be regarded as zero rated supplies. Means in GST, export goods are rated with 0%. And a person being a registered taxable person exporting such goods or services or both shall be allowed to claim the refund of the GST paid under one of the following two options. Number 1 is export of goods or services or both under bond or letter of undertaking, means LUT, without paying any integrated tax and can claim the refund of unutilized input credit. Or export of goods and services or both on the payment of integrated tax, and the exporter can claim the refund of the GST paid on such goods and services so exported. The above mentioned refunds will be subject to the certain rules, procedures and safeguards as well as may be prescribed. Documents required for claiming refund on exports. Here is the list of documents required for claiming refund. Copy of return evidencing payment of duty, then copy of invoice, document providing that the burden of paying tax has not been passed on. It is certified copy of CA or self-certification, and last is any other document required by the government or as per the requirement of the government. After discussing export, now we can discuss about the import under GST. The basic principle law says that all supplies of goods and services made as imports into India will be treated as an interstate supply. All interstate supply attract IGST. So, import of goods and services into India will attract IGST. Basic custom duty and all applicable custom levy will continue to be charged. IGST on import of goods will be levied and collected under the Customs Act 1962. IGST on import of services will be recovered under the IGST Act 2017. Here, the importer has to deposit IGST on reverse charge basis, except in the case of OIDAR, means Online Information Data Access and Retrieval Services. The supplier has to seek registration and pay taxes. The IGST paid on imports will be available as input tax credit to the importer. This can be set off against the GST outgo on supplies made by the importer. After that, understanding about the place of supply of imports. The place of supply of any goods imported into India is the location of the importer. Therefore, if an importer is located in the state of Karnataka, the state shares of IGST will go to Karnataka. We already discussed about that. Then, supply is goods imported into India. The place of supply is location of the importer and GST is applicable for that is IGST. Again, supply is service related with the services imported to India. Then place of supply is location of the receiver of services. If not applicable, location of supplier of services is applicable. In both conditions, GST is applicable IGST. Again, the place of supply for import or export of goods is goods imported into India. Then place of supply is location of the importer, and always IGST on imports is applicable. When goods exported from India, place of supply is location outside of India, and then GST is totally exempted, means zero rated GST is applicable there. The general rule for that, if the location of the recipient is not available, then the place of supply shall be location of the service provider. Remember, reverse charge applies on the import of services of GST, that is the service recipient will be pay GST. Our last point is related with OIDAR, means import of online information and database access or retrieval. In respect of import of online information and database access on retrieval services by unregistered non-taxable recipients, the supplier located outside India will be responsible for payment of taxes. Either he will have to take registration, or he will have to appoint a person in India to pay GST. Then sale of sales units. The supply of goods or services or both to a sales developer or sales unit will be treated as interstate supply, and GST will be applicable for sales units. Thank you.